Hi, Dana here. Welcome to Sew Learn Create. Today's project, we're going to be making a wooden coaster. It's made out of something that we have always used, and that's clothespins. Be sure to stay till the end of the video for some behind the scenes footage. So, let's get started. For the wooden coaster, it's made out of clothespins. You will need 14 clothespins that are total, and then we're going to take them apart. You'll need the clothespins, you'll need some kind of glue. Elmer's glue will work, but I'm going to use Eileen's tacky glue today, and I have found a tip is if you put it in a cup and you put it upside down and leave it in that cup, then it's always towards the tip and it's a little easier to work with. You'll also need some felt for the back of your coaster. So to get started, you're going to take your clothespins and you're going to take them apart because we only want the loose pieces. So we're going to take that one off and then you just slide the clip off, and now you have two separate pieces, which is what we need. So you'll need a total of 14 clothespins or 28 single pieces of your clothespin. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to build some units that are this shape here. And how you build those units is you take your glue and you turn your clothespin to the flat side of your clothespin. So normally a clothespin goes together like this, but we're going to be working with the outside edge or the flat part. And you put glue on that flat part all the way down. It doesn't take a lot. You can see I didn't put a whole lot of glue. You take another one and you put it together, and it creates this unit right here. And I found that if I glue them and just set them to the side on a flat surface, standing up this way, and let them dry, by the time I get all my units together, then they're dry and ready to move on. And you're going to make 13 of these units, and you'll have 2 halves clothespins left. So we're going to build those 13 units, and then you're going to put 7 of those units together to create the top side of your coaster. And the easiest way to put your units together is to put your glue on just the raised parts of your clothespin, not down here, but just these 3 bumps. Then take a second unit, push them together, and leave them flat on a surface to dry. So you're going to put 7 of those units to make the top part of your coaster. And once you get all those together, then you're going to take the remaining 6 and we're going to glue them, but we have to slide them into these little areas here. So we have to glue them together, but then we also have to slide them in. So the easiest way I found was to put my glue on the angled part right down here, and then put it on one side to begin with, one side of the bumps. So I'm going to put glue here. So it's on both sides of the tip and then on one side of the remaining. Then I'm going to slide that in place, and I'm going just far enough where it's got a little bit of a gap here, but it's together here. Then I'm going to take my second one and I'm going to put glue on the tip, and this one I'm going to put glue on both sides of the bumps because I'm building this second half. I'm going to slide that one in place. And now I'm building my second unit. So this one is glued to this one, and it's also glued down here. And if you keep a rag or a baby wipe handy, then you can wipe up your excess glue. So again, my next one, I'm putting glue on the tips and on both sides of the raised parts of my clothespin. And I'm sliding it in place. And when you're sliding it in place, you just want these tips to go, you'll feel, because this is all glued together, so they'll only go in so far. So again, on both sides of my clothespin. And again, it doesn't take a lot of glue. And I'm sliding it in place. And I'm kind of pushing it down to where I can make sure it's lining up pretty close on this outside edge, but that it's also remaining flat on the top. I have 2 more. Now I have the top section of my coaster and the bottom section. Remember, this has 7 units and this has 6 of the clothespins put back to back. Now we're going to add these 2 outside pieces to make our coaster more rectangular. So you take your 2 extra pieces that you have, and they're going to go the opposite direction from the others. So they're going to turn in more the direction that a regular clothespin would. So see, they're turned opposite. Actually, they're going to go this way. So we're going to kind of dry fit them in place, make sure I have them turned the right way, and that creates a more rectangular section for our clothespin coaster. So you put glue on just the raised side of your clothespin, so my back doesn't have glue, and I'm going to slide it in place, and I kind of line up this hole right here. So if you look right there, that looks like a traditional clothespin. These are turned backwards, and I'm going to do the same thing with my other side. Just putting them on the raised side of my clothespin, and the back has no glue. And I just slide that in place. A few tips I've learned when I made these is if you leave it flat and build it flat, then it's comes out a little neater, and it's also a little easier to work with. Once your coaster is built, then you're going to cut your felt to put on the back so that when it's on your surface, it has a soft surface for your furniture to be sitting on. Then you can decorate your coaster. I used acrylic paint on this one, and I used a dauber. So I just put a little bit of paint and I just kind of dabbed it on there because I only painted the top of my coaster, not the sides, and not in between all of these. So I just painted the top. You could also use a permanent marker and color your coaster, your clothespins. You could do whatever you like. You could use a wood stain, or you can just leave it the natural wood color that the clothespins come in. And when you finish that, decorating and adding your felt, your coasters are done. I hope you liked today's project, the wooden coaster. And if you're interested in kits for some of the projects that are on the channel, be sure you check out my Etsy page. The link will be in the description box. See you in the next one. Hi, Dana here. Welcome to Sew Learn Create. Sorry. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Forgot what I was going to say.
I'm just going to let it. It's easier than stopping it.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Dana here. Sorry.
Wait for the cue.